and gentlemen, welcome to the show. It's Saturday night, Politi-tics night. I'm your host, Jake Johnson, and tonight we're talking about Politi-ticles. And apparently I have a bad internet connection, so if there's any issues with the stream, just let me know and bear with me. Maybe it'll get better. Does everybody see me okay? Can you hear me all right?
Yeah, it's all good.
It's all good. Okay. I'm just going to ignore it. Welcome to the show. How is everybody? How's your weekend shaping up? It's Saturday, of course. Sabbath, the day of doing nothing, sleeping all day, which is what I've done. But I got a nice hot cup of coffee out of it. Don't you want to have a cup with me? If so, go to the kitchen and pour yourself up a nice hot cup of coffee and let's get to talking about something. If you don't have a cup, you can get one in the description below. I recommend the first one. It has my face on it. It is fantastic. But we also have stainless steel tumblers down there, big ones and little ones. They both have locking lids. Keep your coffee hot for hours and look good on your coffee table. Get one while supplies last. Also, raincoats and condoms.
Raincoats and condoms are the same thing.
No. Raincoats that you wear or condoms. But our condoms are special. They're camouflage.
Oh, so you can't say when you're coming?
That's right. They can't see you coming. I don't know about those last two, but definitely the cups. Check them out. And also, like, subscribe, share, support, join, and super chats are available in the chat box. But if you would like to help me buy a pack of cigarettes tonight, you can do you can do that at CashApp $jakejohnsonband. I greatly do appreciate that. And one last thing, if you'd like to hang out with us outside of YouTube and get to know each other on a one-to-one basis and share videos, pictures, text, memes, and chat, you can do that at facebook.com/UntetheredLive chillin'. The link is in the chat. Check it out. And now, who is first in chat? Looks like Lady B, you get the gold star. Lady B says, hey everyone, hugs from Alabama. Miss Obama once again. And I think it's a sin.
Good song.
Yes, it is. Here's your gold star. You give her the gold star. I will puff upon my pipe.
Here's your gold star there, lady. And hi, lady. Lady says, happy Saturday night, Amanda. Hi, Untethered Live family. Good to see you all. I hope everyone had a good day.
Camel.
Nope. Lazy.
Lazy.
Hi, Jake. How are you tonight?
Fantastic.
Great.
Pipely.
Woohoo.
Lady B says, I see 7 watching. I only see me and you. Well, get your eyes checked. There are 11 watching, and you only see me and you.
Thanks, lady. And I have 4 devices that are idle or lurking.
Yeah, 4 of those 11 are us. Either way, it works in the numbers. I don't care. Lady B says, gotcha. Did you get the recipe I emailed y'all? Yes. Yes, we did. Lady B says, I put for Amanda so you would see it. Yes. I checked my email and passed it over to Amanda. And Amanda says,
sorry. I don't know. We just woke up.
Stop typing.
I don't know. We just woke up. LOL from last night, pretty much.
Today was a rest day. My voice hasn't even started working yet. Linda Davis is here. Hi, Linda. Linda says, hi, Amanda and Jake and Lady B. Hi, how are you? Nice to see you. Welcome to the show. Lady B says, Linda, sweetheart, hugs. And smiley face with breasticles and hugs. And also bacon. That was for you, though.
I already read that one.
You read that one?
Yeah. I don't know. We just woke up from last night, pretty much.
Right. Well, she sent it to me, and I'm going to send it to you.
Oh.
Or have sent it to you. I don't remember which. Amanda says,
and did you send it to Untethered email? If you did, he ain't checked that yet today. LOL.
Keep going.
Or further down than that? My chat must have jumped. Thanks. I'll look after the show.
It's hi, Linda.
And hi, Linda.
There you go. Lady B says, it says for Amanda in all caps, something to enjoy, video recipe. Thank you. Amanda has an email address, though. She will share it with you. Judy says, hey, Jake and Amanda. Hi, Judy. Welcome to the show. Welcome to Saturday, where we get wild and crazy.
Hi, Judy.
And Linda says, hi, Judy. Judy says, hey, Lady B. And Lady B says, y'all slept all, and I cleaned baseboards and crown moldings, hardwood floors, and laundry, getting ready to put the tree up. Wow. Just cleaning wore me out. We'll do tree later. Ugh, tired. I hear you. I do all of my working during the week, and on Saturdays I crash. So I'm pretty much working around the clock, or pretty close to around the clock, all week long. By Saturday, there's no gas left in the tank. I just sleep. And I had a bit of an interesting afternoon. There was this black kid knocking on my door. And Amanda said, can I help you? And he says, my car broke down and I need a ride home. Will you please help? So I said, okay, I'll help you. Wait there. I'll get dressed. And I got up and got dressed and went out. Got in the car and backed up the car and started to pull out. And I said, we got to handle this gas thing before we go anywhere because I'm out of gas. He said he was going to give me $5 in gas. I told him I would help if he would pay for the gas. So he says, well, I don't have it. My brother has it. I said, well, that's not what you said a minute ago. You said, I'll pay you to take me home. He says, no, I need a ride back to my car. I said, that's not what you said. He says, well, my brother has the money. I said, okay, well, where do you live? He's right down the road from me, like 5 houses down. So we drive down there. He says, blow the horn. Okay. So I blow the horn and nothing happens. So he gets out of the car like he's going to get his brother, and his brother comes out while he's walking up. He turns around and comes back and gets in the car. I said, what are you doing? He said, my brother's coming with us. I was like, oh, no. You're not piling people up in my back seat. I don't know you. He says, well, we need a ride. I said, no. I said, let me hold the money. He says, it's on my phone. I was like, I'm out. That's it. That's enough for me. He said, no, please, I need a ride. I'm sorry. I don't know what you're pulling here, but you've lied to me 3 times, and that's not the way to start a relationship. And I drove off. Now, am I wrong, or was I about to get robbed? You tell me. What do you think of that situation? If you ask me for help, I'm more than happy to help you. But if you lie to me 3 times before we even get started to me helping you, there's a problem. And I didn't want to see where this was going. I have 2 strangers now in my car. One of them is behind me. I'm not comfortable with that. So do you think I handled that properly, or do you think I overreacted? You tell me. I did have to manhandle one of them out of my car. Judy says, hey, Linda. And Lady B says, Judy, my love. Hearts. And Amanda says,
I hear you there. I'm going to do that this week when he's at work.
oh, the tree thing?
Yeah, get all this stuff moved around and situated to get the tree and stuff set up.
Oh, yeah.
You got to do my porch lights.
Flip the switch.
They're not coming on.
They're on.
No, they're not. I promise.
Hang on, my chat jumped.
It's 8:30. Oh, it's 30 degrees here right now. Burr.
Yep, 30 degrees. Lady B says, what's the temperature there, Amanda? 30 degrees. Lady B says, OMG, 30 degrees.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty cold outside. It's probably colder up north, though.
Here's the Chillin' Facebook page if anybody's interested. It's been pretty fun.
Yep, it's nipply here.
Yeah, it's nipply here.
Lady B says, you typed the temperature as I was asking.
LOL.
She's good like that. She reads my mind all the time. It's aggravating. I'm more than capable of talking for myself.
Then talk.
I do. But you read my mind.
I'm sorry. Can't help it.
Lady B says, I bet. 23 here now, Amanda. Oh, Judy's got it worse than we do. 23 degrees.
She's got it way worse than we do.
That's frozen water outside. Lady B says, Judy, oh, wow. Shivery. Oh, Judy says, and it's snowing. Well, that makes sense. Linda says, I went with Caitlin to her ultrasound. Ooh, the baby is doing well. Excellent. Kicking and waving her arms. Heart exclamation point. Heart looks good. Heart rate is in the 160s. That's fabulous. That's a good, healthy child right there. Knock on wood, we can keep it that way until she gets out of there to her new house.
No white stuff here yet.
No, it probably won't snow here this year. Lady B says, wow, snow. So cool, says Judy. So cool, Linda.
That's awesome, Linda. I bet she's adorable.
Well, how do you know? It's an ultrasound.
It's a 3D, 4D ultrasound. It's just like looking at a picture of her.
It probably looks like an alien.
No,
dipped in
you can see their
40
face
weight.
And stuff in a 3D, 4D ultrasound.
It probably looks like an alien dipped in 40 weight.
You can still see their face.
Yeah. Well, you can see portions of it.
You can. And it looks just like a picture.
The last one I saw looked like the Predator vision.
No, this is an actual. It shows the skin color and everything. You can see the hair, everything.
Oh, that's cool. Lady B says, congrats, Linda. When is it due? Sometime in the future, I hope. Lady B says, did you get caught up on your sleep? No. I could literally go back to sleep right now. Aaron says, whoosh, I'm here. Ta-da. Hey, Aaron, what's up, brother? And Kevin says, hello, Jake and Amanda and everyone. Hey, Kevin. Nice to see you, my friend. Come on in. And Linda says, Lady B, she is at the end of her first trimester, and we're going again in January for the next one. Oh, so she's in the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I stand my case. She looks like an alien dipped in 40 weight.
Not quite, but yeah. Her face will be all squished up. She'll have big old cheeks.
Yeah, maybe one eye.
No.
Fangs. Little flippers.
You can see the gills.
See the gills.
Sorry, couldn't resist.
Judy says, hey, Aaron.
Hello, Aaron.
And
hi, Kevin.
there you go. Judy says, hey, Kevin. And Kevin says, hello, Lady B. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. Kevin says, hello, Lady B. And Linda says, hi, Aaron and Kevin. Kevin says, hello, Judy. Debbie's here. Debbie says, I sneaked in the back to say hello to everybody. Well, come on in. Ain't no sense in sneaking around. Tiptoe through the tulips. Come on in the house. Kevin says, hello, Linda. And hello, Debbie. And Judy says, hey, Debbie. Lady B says, congrats again, Linda. Heart. Soph Allen's here. Hi, Soph. Soph says, my mom has to have surgery soon, guys. I need you to pray for me. We pray for you twice a week, every week, Soph. God bless you, and your mom will be okay. We promise. How are you doing? How was your Thanksgiving? In Australia. Shrimp and stuff. I don't know. Spiders. Coral. Whatever you guys do over there. Kevin says, hello, Soph. Judy says, hey, Soph. Amber's here. Hi, Amber. Amber says, I'm sneaking in the back. I went for a cup of coffee. Everybody's sneaking in tonight. It's not a movie theater. You don't have to be quiet. Just jump in and say hi. Bill Bennett, what's up, brother? He says, hello, all. Happy Saturday. Cold as a witch's booby here in Indy today. Here in Indiana.
See, I like how he spelled it.
Yeah, Indiana. I had to look at that twice. Judy says, hey, Bill. Kevin says, hello, Amber and Bill.
Hi, Debbie.
Aaron says, Soph, how old is your mom?
Hi, Bill.
Lady B says, hey, Kevin, Aaron, Debbie, Soph, and Amber. I love you all. Judy says, it's 23 degrees here, Bill.
And my email address is purpletransamt@gmail.com if anyone is interested.
You're famous now.
Woohoo.
Now you're going to be getting all kinds of emails.
Make me feel special.
You're special. You don't have to feel special. You are special. Amber says, I woke up this morning thinking it was Sunday.
I did.
It's been a coffee kind of day.
I've been thinking it's been the day because Jake was off Friday, Thursday, and Friday, and it messed my weekend. So I keep thinking it's Sunday too. So don't feel bad.
Oh. So says my mom is 56 years old, Aaron.
Hi, Amber, and hi, Soph.
Lady B says, thank you, Amanda. Watch for me.
I will.
Why can't you watch yourself? You got to get somebody else to watch for you. You can't just watch. Linda says, hi, Amber. Peace, smiley face. And Aaron says, damn, black people, shaking my head. Oh, you talking about the boys?
Yeah.
Their being black had nothing to do with it. That's just what they were. They weren't acting black or anything. They were acting like they were trying to rob me. I don't know. I don't know if that was the right situation or not. I don't know if I wanted to help. But he lied to me. Then he lied to me again. And then he brought an extra person into my car and lied to me a third time.
Without even mentioning it.
He didn't mention any of that to start with. That's a problem. I didn't know what was fixing to happen, but I didn't want to find out. And there was on one Jake. There was only one Jake, right? Judy says, no, you're probably lucky, Jake. That's what I was thinking. If I'd have went, that guy might have stuck a knife in my back while I was driving. I don't know. All I know is it didn't feel right, and I got out. I was like, nope, that's enough. And I feel bad about it. I wanted to help the guys, but not at the expense of whatever that was. Amber says, y'all, hearts, smiley faces, and dancing. This is why y'all love me. Because of your hieroglyphics. I love you because you're an interesting person with lots of fun stuff to say. And Kevin says, yeah, screw that. Okay, so I don't feel so bad now that everybody thinks that I did the right thing. I didn't know how to respond. I just knew that it didn't feel right. Judy says, hey, Amber. You did good, Jake. Thank you. Sorry, my chat jumped again.
8:40.
Kevin says, that's begging for a problem. I thought so. If his car broke down and he needed a ride home, which is what he said, I would have gladly given him a ride home. But then I found out his house was 3 doors down from me. So you mean to tell me you got me dressed and out of my house and into my car to the gas station and back to drive you 3 houses down? No. Then I found out he wanted to go back to his car, which presumably is where he came from. And then he wanted to stop and pick up his brother, who he didn't mention to start with. Yeah, there's more going on there than I wanted to get into. Amber says, that goes on the 2-time rule, Jake. You did correctly in my mind. Thank you. And Soph says it's 12:41 p.m. with the top of 15 degrees. 15, is that Celsius or centigrade?
Probably Celsius.
I mean, Fahrenheit. Celsius or Fahrenheit. She's 51, I think she said.
56.
56. Amber says hearts and prayers. And Soph says 56. Aaron says, dang, that's awful young. Sorry to hear that, Soph. Kevin says, unless it's 2 kids and their mother, I'm not letting 3 in my car. Right. Well, there was only 2 of them, but the guy that was coming to get in the car was a complete surprise. I didn't even know there was another one until we got to his house. And then he said he had to go in and get the money, and then his brother came out, and then he was going to get in the car with us. And I'm like, oh, that means his brother knew I was coming, because he didn't act surprised. He was walking out the door like he was coming out to get in the car. Not, who the hell's at my house, right? The whole thing started feeling really weird at that moment. So I was like, nope, I'm out. I pulled the plug. I just backed up and left. After I got that guy out of my car. Amber says, my screen is weird again tonight. I have a little chat thread. Love y'all.
Aaron's comments are posting. It's his turn tonight.
His turn to what?
His comments keep double posting.
Oh, I see. Amber says, I read that one. Aaron says, how old is your mom? Oh, don't worry about that, Sophie. It's reposting his comments.
He meant dad that time.
Oh.
I think. I don't know. Yeah, YouTube reposting his comments. 8:44 if you jumped.
Amber says, I'm staying, just gonna try and hush. Well, ain't no sense in doing that. You came to talk. Aaron says, sorry, YouTube's reposting my comments. That's all right. I love the smell of a pipe, says Judy. Yeah, me too, every now and then. This is a good one. Nice old pipe. I got a couple of them. Amber says, Aaron, my chat is being weird anyway, so I can relate. Apparently it's a thing. YouTube is going through some phases. It's been that way for a couple weeks. I don't know why. It's nothing I'm doing. I have nothing to do with the chat portion. That's just what YouTube provides all that. Lady B says, 17 in chat minus devices.
LOL, lady.
Everybody hit that like button, please. There's only 11 likes. That math don't math. Amber says, Lady B, smiley, smiley. Lady B says, Lamau, Amber, smiley, smiley, smiley. Maybe it's Maybelline. Hey, Mabel. Mabel says, ciao, everybody. How are you, Jake and Amanda? Hi. Who am I talking to? Is this Hannah or Mabel?
I was going to say maybe it's Maybelline or Hannah.
Yeah, well, it was Hannah last night.
I know.
Which was awesome.
So now you got to add that maybe it's Maybelline or Hannah.
Kevin says, I'm sneaking out of Debbie's basement, and she's got a new leather whip.
Ooh.
Ooh. You might as well. Everybody else is sneaking in tonight. You might as well sneak out.
Hi, Mabel and Hannah.
Hello, ladies. Happy Saturday. Kevin says, hello, Mabel. I hope all is well. And Judy says, hey, Mabel and Hannah. Lady B says, hey, Mabel and Hannah. Love y'all. Hearts and smiley faces. Kevin says, Mabel is Hannah watching tonight. She could be. Mabel says, I love you too, Lady B. Thank you. Hannah says hi. So, yes. Stick with the double entendres. Amber says, thank you. Thank you, Kevin. I was about to ask. Good evening, Mabel. Mabel says, all is well, Kevin. I hope the same for you. Grazie. And Lady B says, wow, Debbie, will you share Kevin? I'm kidding. Just joking. Kevin says, hey, there's enough of me to go around. And Lady B says, Hannah, hugs, smiley faces, and hearts. Kevin says, hello, Hannah. And Aaron says, I'm glad you're safe, Jake. They were going to steal your car. I felt like that was probably a possibility. Yeah, I really did. Because, I mean, if you look at the street that I live on, my house is not the obvious one you walk up to. You got to walk down a long driveway and then go around behind my house to find the door that I would answer. And there's a lot of trees in front, so you don't even see my house unless you're walking right by it.
You can't even tell where we live unless you see the driveway.
Yeah, so they picked me. That was a pick. You know, there's a house right across the street that's open. The door's right there facing the street. You know, that would have been the one I would have went to. But, no, there was something wrong with that situation. I hate that I didn't get to help those guys. I would have, but no, that just wasn't right. So I went out to the barn and got my guns and brought them in the house just in case, lest they show up tonight wanting to revisit our meeting. And if they do, it's going to be a bad evening for them. And where are we at?
8:49, Debbie.
Yeah, okay, we got it. Debbie says, of course, Lady B, just bribe him with food and he'll do whatever you want.
Most men will.
Well, you know the fastest way to a man's heart, don't you?
Right through his stomach.
Right through his rib cage, right here. Right through the solar plexus. Amy says, hello, y'all. Kevin says, Hannah is watching. I have to be a gentleman tonight. Well, you should be a gentleman every night, Kevin. Even when you're doing that. Do it gentlemanly.
Hi, Amy. Yeah, hi, Amy.
Hi, Amy. I thought she was here earlier.
Well, she just said hi. Hello, y'all.
Nights run together. I've done so many of these, I don't know when anybody's coming in. I'm remembering conversations from a year ago. It's pandemonium. Kevin says, hello, Amy. Amber says, Amy. Hearts and smiley faces. I guess she did just come in. Hi, Amy. I don't know why I was thinking she was first.
No, that was Lady B. Amy was first yesterday, I think.
There you go. Lady B says, hey, Bill. Hugs, dear sir. Smiley faces and hearts and prayers. That's a happy face and a sad face, and one of them has breasts.
Woohoo.
Lady B says, smiley, 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 smiley only. Amy, glad you're here, says Lady B. Amy says, it's snowing here. Oh, nice. Patty's here. Patty says, hello, children. Peace.
Hi, Patty.
Patty, 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 Patty. Peppermint Patty. Aaron says, the legend. Lady B says, hey, Patty, wave your hand. Patty says, hello, boys and girls. Peace. Patty says, Aaron, how is that tooth, buddy? Kevin says, hello, Patty. Aaron says, Jake is debonair with his pipe. Suave and debonair. Thank you. Like a millionaire with a bad wardrobe. Lady B says, Debbie, I'm not fat, but girl, I love to eat. I will do anything lawful for food, too. Wine and dine Debbie. It's terrifying. I don't know whether to smile or run for my life. Amy says, hi, Kevin, Lady B, Jake, Aaron, Amanda, Patty, Amber, Mabel, Hannah, Judy, Soph, Linda, and anyone I might have missed, and the lurkers. Hi. Back at you. Lady B says, Amy, heart, heart, heart. Amy says, hi, Debbie. Kevin says, Debbie is tied up at the moment. And she's playing that trick on you where she's showing you how to untie her and she helps you and then puts her hand back in because she's typing. I'm thinking she's not as tied up as you think she is. And Lady B says, Aaron, did you pop a tooth out? And Mabel says, yes, it is Mabel. Hello, Mabel. How are you? Lady B says, Kevin using cable ties on Debbie. Probably needs to. She seems like she's slippery.
Zip tape and duct ties.
Amy says, I was really excited about getting 7 inches by morning. I bet you were. But I was equally disappointed when I found out it was snow.
LOL, Amy.
Yeah, you'd have been disappointed anyway. 7 inches ain't 7 inches, if you know what I'm saying. We've been lying about that for years.
Yep. And from the end of their thumb to that first knuckle is not an inch, I promise you. Although I do see at least 7 inches on a regular basis.
I mean, if I show you half of it, maybe.
7 inches around.
Well, it's like a beer can. Like a beer can with an attitude. Like a beer can with a lazy eye. Anyway. Patty says, hi, Mr. Kevin. Debbie says, sorry, Amy. Next time, call Kevin. Make him dinner first, though. And Amy's like, I would settle for the snuggle. If she's anything like me, that's good enough. Amber says, at minimum, steal your car, is my feelings. Creepertons. Yeah, there was something going on. I don't know what they were planning on getting, but they were doing something. I don't know why I felt that way. They didn't say anything out of the way. They weren't being mean or anything like that. It was a pile up that did not seem like that's the way it would have happened if it were genuine. And everything in me said leave, so I did. I don't second guess when I have that feeling. I do it, and then worry about it later. Dadgummit. Yeah, I've lost.
8:57.
Thank you. All right, I got it. Judy says, have you ever given your address out online?
No.
Linda Davis says, hi, Patty, Mabel, Hannah, and Amy. Lady B says, Lamau, Amy, read that again. We are talking about snow. She was not. Amy says, Kevin likes snow. Snow equals dollars. Amen. Are you a snow plow driver or something? Patty says, oh, wow, an almost break-in, Jake. Something, I don't know. It was odd. It was just an odd experience. And I felt bad about it. So I relieved myself from that situation. And I don't know if that was the right thing to do. But I find it's better to be safe than sorry.
Well, your gut instinct's usually your first right one.
Right.
And if you think long, you think wrong.
I agree with all of that.
So I would have done the same thing.
Yeah. Well, I knew that I wasn't going to keep playing this game. You didn't lie to me 3 times for no reason. I was already helping you. You don't have to lie to me, right? There's no reason to do that. If they're just cagey, silly kids, upstate kids that don't know how to talk to Southerners, maybe could have been that. I don't know. But you lied to me 3 times and I'm out.
Well, he almost didn't even make it to Jake because he came up knocking on the door and I seen him come around the corner in the back of the house, and people don't come up here. You just don't walk up in this yard. People just don't do it. And I was already leery, so I cracked the door when he come up, and he's like, first he stepped around the door because our door opens to the back, so he had to step around the door. And then he tried to shake my hand, and I didn't want to go there neither because I didn't know if he was going to try to snatch me out the door or something. And he's like, my tire's flat. Can you help me? I'm like, I don't have no way to help you. And I almost just shut the door in his face because I'm thinking, dude, you're a dude. Change the tire.
Right. That was my question.
That's the first thing that went through my
tire?
mind. Yeah, I mean, you're a dude. You don't know how to change a tire. You got a phone in your hand. YouTube it.
Right.
And because I did. I almost just shut the door in his face and walked away. But Jake come downstairs and started talking to him. So.
Well, I was here doing some work, and I heard you talking, and there's nobody to talk to, so I had to investigate and see what was going on. And I saw that guy standing there, so I was like, oh, what's this? And then he said he needed help, so I said, wait there. Let me get dressed. I'll come help you. And then he went to lying. Everything he said was wrong. And the problem seems like, I mean, I've had flat tires before. The last thing I do is walk down the road to somebody's house and ask them for help. It's a flat tire. Either I have a spare or I don't. If I don't, I call somebody to come pick me up. But he didn't do that. He came to an unusual house down the driveway and in the back to ask me for help. That's weird to start with. Then when I offer to help, I find out that he wants to go to a different place than he said he needed to go to, which was urgent, which is why he needed my help. That's weird. And then when we get there, somebody comes out of the house who's expecting me to be there. That's weird. And they want to get in the car and go with us. No, that's the end of that for me. I'm not doing it. Get out of my car. I'm done. You're home. Figure it out from here.
Right.
I didn't leave him on the side of the road. And Judy says, be safe, you two. Oh, I'm safe. I'm armed to the teeth. I got a gun on each side of me right now. And one in there. Two in there, actually. Yep. Kevin says, Amy, I make a killing when it snows. What do you do, Kevin?
It says further down.
John says, good evening, everybody. Hey, John. Nice to see you, my brother. How you doing? Everything work out all right? Kevin says, hello, John.
Hi, Nugget.
Nugget in the house. Well, I heard it through the grapevine. There is a nugget on the other line. Judy says, hey, Amy. And Amy says, I went to town today and prepared for the storm. I can drive in snow, but I prefer not to. I don't like wintry mix, freezing rain and snow. It's not very safe. Mabel says, ciao, Linda. And Judy says, hey, Patty. Amy says, hi, Nugget. Amber says, Linda and Nugget. Dancing hearts and smiley faces and prayers. Lady B says, hey, John, wave your hand. What's up? What it is? Nice to see you. He says, hello, Jake, King, and to all in Untethered. I am not the king, but thank you. I am, at best, a servant, a peasant, a pauper, a poet.
He's my big daddy.
Prince.
Does that count?
I'm a big daddy. Does that count? Hey, what it is. Nice to see you. Amanda.
Hi, what it is.
Debbie says, Amy, Kevin is good for 7 or so inches, snow or otherwise. Amy says, legitimate question. What's the difference between a muffin and a cupcake? Sweetness and icing? I don't know.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
A muffin is made out of meal or something. It's got a different texture than a cupcake.
No, a muffin just does not have icing on it. A cupcake does.
I promise you it's made out of something different, like cornmeal.
No, you make blueberry muffins without icing on them all the time, and it's just a batter. It's a cake batter. It'd be just like taking a cake and putting it in muffins instead of baking a cake.
Well, it might be, but they have different ways of being poured, too, and different. They have cupcake makers.
Oh, yeah, but
Muffins are singular. Muffins have raisins and blueberries and things like that. Cupcake has a top that's icing and then sweet things on top of that.
exactly. A cupcake has icing and muffins don't, typically.
Yeah, but a muffin is for breakfast and a cupcake is a dessert.
Well, there's still the difference is one has icing and one doesn't.
They're different. It's like Star Trek and Star Wars. They're both in space. They both have people in them, but they're different things. Amanda says.
LOL, Debbie.
Amber says, all right, what it is. What's the microphone drop for you tonight? Does he do a microphone drop?
He got something going the other night and left.
Yeah, he dropped a bomb and walked out.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, what it is. Don't walk out this time. Stay for the melee. Linda says, hey, what it is, and Nugget. Judy says, wow, Amy. Amanda says,
yes, Amy, correct.
Correctamundo. You know what they call a quarter pounder with cheese in France? A Royale with cheese. They use a metric system. They don't know what a quarter pounder is. Amy says, I posted that joke before I realized Hannah was listening. I'll be good. The cupcake?
7 inches.
Oh, the 7 inch. I got it. I heard another joke today that was really good. Oh, yeah. Divide 200 by half and add 30. What's the answer? Lady B says, Jake, I was kidding. I do love a good meal if I cook it or I go out food and fellowship. I hear you. I know. I was kidding also. Amber says, Patty. Smiley faces. Amy says, Mama Patty. Judy says, hey, Nugget. H. Des Nor says, hi from Costa Rica. Hello from Costa Rica. Nice to see you. How's the weather in Costa Rica? Come on in, take your shoes off. Tell us a little bit about yourself. My podcast is number 217 in Costa Rica. That's not nothing. I know that's a number that's way high up on the list, but I'm at least on the list. There's that. As far as Christian podcasts go. Lady B says, Lamau, Amy, be yourself. It's adult live. Mabel is monitoring. Amy says, welcome HDEZ Nor. How do you say that? H. Desner? I'm just going to call you HD. Patty says, Jake, you are looking so cultured with that there pipe man. I love it when a plan comes together. Thank you very much. Lady B says, hey, Nor, from Costa Rica. And Judy says, hey, what it is. Kevin says, what it is? Question mark. What is it is what it is, because it sounds better to me. That's his name. Don't wear it out. I won't, because I say it backwards. What's the weather like in Costa Rica, says Amber. My chat jumped again.
9:03.
9:03. Hello, Holmes. Hello, Watson. Where is it? There we go. Amy says, hi, what it is. How's everything? And Lady B says, Debbie, I was so hoping you got what Amy said. I caught it too. I think she got it. Amy says, I bought chocolate chip muffins at the store. I'm going to be snowed in. I'm eating. Amen. I would have went with pizza, but that's just me. That seems like a snow dinner. Or chili. I think chili would be better for snow than pizza. But that sounds delicious. And grilled cheeses and hot coffee. Yes. Yes, yes. I'm in. Amber says, smiley smileys. And Judy says, hey, HD. Amanda says, LOL, right, Amy? And you say that.
LOL, right, Amy?
Kevin says, I operate a machine when it snows. 16-foot snow box. Okay. So you're the snow scooper guy. Or the guy that puts the salt down or whatever. It's good that you make good money when it snows. I like that. Amy says, good discernment, Jake. God gave you a gut feeling for a reason. I try to use it too. I don't know if what I did was the right thing to do, but I know they're okay and I'm okay. That's good enough.
You talking about the math question, Amy? Divide 200 by 100 and add 30. What's the answer?
Let me repeat that. Divide 200 by half and add 30. That's the way you say it.
Oh, okay.
It's important how you say it. If you say it wrong, the answer will be wrong. Divide 200 by half and add 30. What's the answer? And Lady B says, muffin has no icing. Cupcake has icing. Rip the top off the cupcake, turn it over, and you won't get icing on your nose.
Or you just lick the icing off first.
Or you just carefully bite it. There are ways to eat cupcakes without getting it on your nose.
I mean, unless
But-
you just want to get it on your nose and lick it
I
off.
was going to say, that's half the fun of eating a cupcake, though.
Right?
The mustache and the nose. Debbie says, Lady B, Kevin can fill a 16-foot box. That is well endowed, I tell you. Kevin says, Lady B, good advice. Amy says, LOL, Lady B. Lady B says, Kevin loves snow. Means money. Amen to that. I love money. Snow's good too. Amy says, I can change a tire. Most people can if you're an adult. You would think. Man or woman, when I was growing up, you learned that if you got a car, you learned how to change the oil and change a tire first. That was just part of the process.
I wasn't allowed to have a car until I learned how to work on it.
Right.
And I was racing at 10, 11 years old, so I had race cars, so I knew how to work on cars. I had to know what was wrong with my car on the racetrack.
I concur. Amy says, Kevin says, Debbie, yeah, but that will take all night. Well, you got to double back. That's all. Sometimes it's a two-man job. And Lady B says, Kevin, heart, brains, thank you. Thank you or Tylenol, one or the other. Maybe she's saying, I love you, but I have a headache. Amy says, and as of yesterday, I can change my own oil now, too. Excellent. It's not hard to do. It's hard to get the car up high enough to get under it. If you got ramps, easy peasy. Just get under there and take one little bolt out, drain the oil into a bucket, put the plug back in, change the filter, and then get up top and pour in the new oil. That's it. Amanda says, me too, Amy. You read that. That's you.
Me too, Amy, and oil and plugs or sensors. I can do just about anything to it.
And Mabel says, this is why I love being far out of town. It's inconvenient, but we are blessed to not have strangers showing up, ever. And if they do, the driveway is long enough to have more than enough time to prepare. Exactly. And I feel the same way. And it is odd for somebody to show up here, too. We don't have a lot of visitors. It's not like, we don't even get trick-or-treaters or anything like that.
Even the Amazon and the mail people and UPS and everybody, because I'm a delivery type person, they don't come around back. And I have it on the list to where to deliver it to, and they don't even come around back. They put it on the air conditioner, which is up towards the front of the house, or they put it on the washer and dryer.
I'm not a front door guy. I don't ever use my front door. If you come knocking at my front door, you ain't supposed to be here.
Yeah, right.
Only people that know me know where to come in my house, right? And that's because I brought you here and I showed you where to go. If you show up out of the blue and knock on my front door, I'm instantly suspicious of you because I don't use the front door. Debbie says, Amy, what do you change the tire into? A butterfly. Man, you been paying attention? A butterfly. Amy says, I can change plugs too. I reset the change oil light. Nice. I do that too. Just go to the Advanced Auto Parts and have them come out and put the machine on it and turn the light off.
You don't have to do that no more. You got your own machine.
Yeah, I got my own machine now. Linda says, Kevin, are you saying you can go all night like a lumberjack? That's impressive. Kevin's like, I'm like Red Bull. I'll give you wings. The one thing I don't like about a pipe is it will not stay lit. And what it is says, investigate. Yes. And Lady B says, I can too, Amy. Daddy made me do that. Check the oil, antifreeze, and use a coat hanger to unlock my doors in the day. Or don't lock your keys in the car. That's the first thing. Kevin says, hello, what it is? What is it? See, I can't even say that. It just don't come out of my mouth right. And Patty says, Jake, I would never have left with him, I wanted to help. I did. I was genuinely trying to help out. But there was just too much of that weirdness, and it just turned me off. And I just I'm out. That's it. One lie I could look past. 3, and an extra person, now we're into trouble. I didn't want to have to hurt somebody today. So I just came home. And I figured if they wanted to start trouble, they were only 3 houses down, they could come back. But they didn't. Lady B says, all before I could drive at 15. Lady B says, what it is? Wave your hand, thumbs up. Amber says, LOLOLOLOLOLOLO. What it is? I've learned to watch for your questions. Autocorrect fixed my comment. Right on. Bill Bennett says, Kev's real name Holmes. John, that is.
John Holmes or Jeremy?
John Holmes, the
actor?
Mm-hmm.
Or Jeremy?
Ron Jeremy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Big old boys. Debbie says, Linda, he can. He has had me up till 4 a.m.
Ooh.
Go, Kevin. Not me. I can do it in between commercials on Star Trek.
Lies. I remember a whole weekend going by with no sleep when I first got here. Just saying.
Lady B says, I'm just plain old country, pinto bean cornbread eating girl, Lamau, just a country commoner from Alabama.
Yeah, but you eat sweet cornbread.
Yeah. And Kevin says, Debbie's lying. She's the one that kept me up.
I bet.
If you got a girl that is rooting for you, good enough. She won't let you down in front of your friends. That's all that matters. She won't tell them that you were done in 15 seconds flat. That's what you look for in a woman. One that will embellish the truth in your behalf. Keep your cool points up. If you do better, we do better. That's how it works. Rising tide raises all ships kind of thing. Amber says, muffin is a bread. Cupcake is a cake. That's the difference. LOLOL. Thank you, Amber. I agree. Yes, they're both made out of some kind of dough, but it's a different thing. That's what I was trying to say. And I just am not educated enough to say it correctly, but you got it. That's right. One's a bread, the other one's a cake. Amy says, hi, Bill. Linda says, Debbie, lucky lady. Lucky lady. Kevin says, hello, Holmes. Watson. Elementary. It's indubitably, my dear Watson. Amber says, one is sweet and the other one's dry. Patty says, hi, Mr. Bill. Lady B says, smiley, 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 smiley. I say, what is it when it's what it is? Okay. You say whatever you want to say. I say what it is because it sounds better, it feels better, and I can say it. And Linda says, lucky guy, Kevin. You both are lucky. Lucky to have each other in a time of drought. It's wonderful to find a puddle of water.
I'm going to leave that one alone.
Amanda says,
200 divided by, and then divided, I don't know why you corrected it to that spelling, by 100, add 30 was the answer. But it's take 200, how does it go to?
You divide 200 by half.
Yeah. And add 30.
The answer is 32.
Yes, the answer is
Because
32.
200 divided by 100 is 2. And you add 30, so the answer is 32. But when you hear it, you think half of 200 is 100 and add 30. So you think 130, but that's the wrong answer. It's all in how it's said. The words matter. Words have meaning for a reason. Amber says, cake flour is different. I don't know why. Could be the vanilla. Could be the egg.
You said 130, Amy.
Kevin says, yes, I am, Linda. Lucky man. Patty says, Costa Rica. Wow, how exciting. Yes, yes. I love it when we have people from other parts of the world come in. Divide.
Yeah, I don't know why it changed it. I knew how to spell it.
Yep. Divide. Chat jumped. Hang on.
913.
913. Amber says, LOLOL. Are we really given the number? If you want to. I don't generally ask questions I don't want an answer to, but
Yeah, Amber, answer it.
if you wish.
And Kevin answered it and had the answer right, and then he retracted his message.
Ah, is that what that is?
Yes.
Amber says 200 divided by 2 is 100 plus 30 equals 130. No, 200 divided by 100. Take 200, divide 200 by half, which is 100. Not half of 200 is divided. Divide 200 by half, which is 100. So 200 divided by 100 is 2. You got that part. And then add 30 is 32. Amber says, smiley face, thank you, Diamond Heart, Diamond Heart. Bark, bark. I was nervous. Don't be nervous.
No, Amy.
It's all in good fun.
Kevin, you were right.
Lady B says, Aaron likes seeing Jake's different smoking devices, cigarette, pipe, vape. Let's all guess what it'll be next. I bet $5 he will have those fancy cigarettes with the wooden handles next. Lucky guess.
Let's guess. Nope.
You mean the little long ones like the penguin used to smoke?
With the wooden tip.
Yeah, no, that wouldn't be me. I like the nicotine too much. Get it closer.
Jake don't want to have to suck that hard.
That's right. But thank you.
Oh, I see it now, Amy. Yeah, you did say 32. So yeah, Amy was the first one to get it right.
All right. Amy got it.
My bad, Amy.
Debbie says 40-30 is the answer to 100 divided by half and add 30. 40-30? No.
Amy said 200 divided by 100 equals 2 plus 30 equals 32.
Exactly. That's it. It's a trick in how you say it because most people think linearly. And so when you say it in that way, divide 200 by half, you think half of 200, but that's the opposite of what's being asked. Kevin says, Amanda, I removed it because it was for Amber.
LOL. No, he won't, lady.
Amy says, I didn't hear the question. It's all right.
She answered it.
Amber says, for me? ...
No, Debbie.
Bill Bennett says, hi, Wes, 130. I don't get the joke. It's just a play on words, that's all. It's not meant to be funny. It's just meant to be confusing. And what it is says, everything is good. Saturday in the sauna and a massage and a taco salad. Answer, 130.
No.
32 is the answer. And that all sounds wonderful. A taco salad especially. I love those. They got everything. And you can even eat the bowl. Whoever thought of that was a genius. Debbie says, okay, the answer is 20-30. Amy says 4:30. Debbie says, I mistyped. Amber says, that's why, ... Jake, smiley, smiley, AI decoding for our friend.
Nope.
Nope. Amanda says,
Nope, all wrong.
A lady says, Jake, wax the stash if you grow it.
No.
Why would I wax my stash? Then I couldn't taste it.
I don't want it all gooey and funky feeling anyway. I like rubbing it on it. He'll come home from work and lay his head in my lap and I'll rub his face and stuff. I like rubbing his mustache. No.
I'd come in and my mustache would be standing up like that and everybody be wondering what I did. Amy says 200 divided by 0.5 is 400 plus 30 equals 430. Nope. You had it right the first time. It's very simple. Lady B says, then get a tamp hat. A tam? Like a Jamaican tam? Actually, I've had one of those. I had one made by a witch doctor. He wove my life story into the hat. I had to tell him my story while he made the hat. It's quite interesting. And I ate goat while it was happening, and incense was burning. It was quite the experience. Debbie says, Amy is right. It's 4:30. Nope, it's 32. What it is says, is that cherry-flavored tobacco, Jake? No, sir. It's tobacco-flavored tobacco. I do like the cherry-flavored tobacco, though. That is quite refreshing, and it smells wonderful. Don't particularly have any right now. This is make do with what you got day. Amber says, I think I could change a tire, maybe. I've been around mechanics my entire life, and I've never needed to. As you should not need to. Amy says, I'm not wrong. I showed my work.
You know what it is? Just regular tobacco.
Yep, regular old twice used tobacco. And Judy says, haven't done it in a years, Amber. Don't know if I could. Well, it's not a thing that you should have to do. Men should take care of the ladies. Amanda says,
yes, Amy, you're correct.
That says incorrect.
Or incorrect.
Kevin says, I love you, but I have a headache. I've heard that one too many times.
Math problem.
Oh, yeah. The I love you, I have a headache.
Oh.
Which was the joke.
Oh, yeah.
About the hieroglyphics. What do you call those things? Emojis. Yeah, I've heard that one a couple times too, Kev. I say, that's all right. I got Tylenol in a suppository. What it is, my name is Bill, and I know how to do my own laundry. Right? Amber says, same, Judy. Pinky promise. I'd be trying hard enough to do it. I'd not be solo for long. Yay, being a girl. Well, see, that's a beautiful thing to know. And girls of our generation still know that. If you go listen to the younger women talk, I don't know what the hell they're thinking. But they seem to think that they could exist by themselves without any men at all. And I beg to differ. Lady B says, tip, if you don't have access to ramps, use the jack that comes with your vehicle and jack it up according to the manufacturer's directions on the main part of the chassis. I'm just saying. If you have a car that has a jack and a manual.
Who reads the owner's manual?
Who has an owner's manual?
You do.
I know. Don't tell people that. And Judy says, you're starting over? Over from where? Starting over what? What are we talking about? Amber says, LOL. What it is, LOL. Lady B says, to the frame. I don't think my truck has a manual written on the frame. But, and I'll stress this, the jack that comes with the car is for emergency uses only. It is not to be trusted. You do not get under the car with that jack. It will fall over. Especially if,
just that jack.
Yeah, just that jack, and especially if you're on soft ground, like grass. That's an emergency on the side of the road and ain't got no other choice option. It is not a good jack. It's the cheapest thing that they can manufacture to put in the car. And Debbie says, okay, I will switch it up, Kevin. I like you, but I have a toothache. To which he replies, that's all right. You just lay there. I'll do all the work. You just lay there and moan. I'll be back here minding my own business. That's what you're doing now. So nothing has to change for you.
Ouch.
Lady B says, my car has to use a low-profile jack. It's a sports car. Nice. What kind of car you got? Now, what it is says, Jake, are you saying you're a backdoor man? No, but I'm saying I know how to get in the house, whichever door I need to use. Kevin says, Debbie, I'll pull the tooth before we get started. Yeah, you guys are into that sort of thing anyway, right? Just a pair of pliers added to the mix. I got a mouthful of coffee grounds.
I'm sorry.
That must have been the bottom of the pot.
No, I just changed the pot. Just changed the filter. It might have fell over.
Maybe. I wasn't expecting that. Judy says, wow, my show started over. Did it? Refresh. I'm live, so you can go right back to where we're at.
It's good for you. It builds character.
I'm sorry your show started over, Judy. Try to pull the little bar all the way to the right. It should get you caught up. Or make sure that the word live is red down at the bottom. Debbie says, what it is. I was going to say that. About the back door? Yeah. Lady B says, what it is. What is it? What is it? Amber says, Judy, mine has been doing that lately as well. Chat getting kicked out. I'm sorry, ladies. I have no control over the chat. It's doing what it does. It jumps all over the place for me, too. If your show started over, just scroll all the way to the right and you'll be back live. I'm live right now, so it can't start over. If it does, it's just because it's in the negative. You know what I mean? You're in the back part of the live. If you go back to the beginning, it'll be caught up with live. If that makes any sense. I've never had to articulate that before. John says, sorry I'm not talking much. My phone keeps dying, so I'm using a laptop. That's all right, John. I'm glad you're here, buddy. Are you doing okay? Everything all right with you? Lady B says, no. Headache or not, don't say no. Push through the headache. I'm with you, Lady B. You have the secret to a good relationship is to never have the word no in your vocabulary. Patty says, hey, John, peace. And Lady B says, no one is icing, one is no icing. We're still on the cupcakes. Got it. John says, hi, Patty. And Lady B says, nugget, smiley. And John says, hi, Lady B. How you all doing? Amy says, I said 32. You got it correct. That is the answer. And Debbie says, hey, Aaron. Hang on. Hold on a minute. Debbie says, hey, Aaron, Kevin pulls teeth. Just make him dinner first. Aaron's been awful quiet. Are you still with us, buddy? Lady B says, I knew it was a trick. Why I didn't answer. And Linda says, yep, Amanda, me too. Zipping my mouth.
On the back door?
On the back door, man.
Or sucking too hard, one of the two.
Back door man. I'm the back door man. I'm the back door man. And a man, if you can, I'm a back door man. Thank you, Tom Green. Lady B says, Nugget, doing good, sweetheart. Thanks for asking. Did you eat a lot of turkey? And John says, hi, Linda. And Lady B says, Linda, smiley, smiley. And Linda says, oh, I'm leaving that one alone too, Amanda. Lady B says, suck that hard, Amanda. Well, you know what I tell people? If at first you don't succeed, keep on sucking till you do succeed.
LOL, Linda.
Lady B says, Linda, smiley face.
LOL, lady.
John says, Lady B, we don't celebrate in England. It's kind of the other side of the pond kind of thing. We have Thanksgiving because we went against England and came over here and did the other thing. So, cultural divide. But they have biscuits. Amy says, math needs to grow up and solve its own problems. I knew you were going to say that. Bill Bennett says, I hate mind F's. Mine don't need help, LOL. Amen. I love them. I love puzzles. I'm a puzzle guy. So anything that's complicated or takes you outside of the box and makes you have to think about something from a different perspective, I'm into that. It's one of the reasons I think the way that I do is because I spent my childhood playing with, puzzles. Things that make you contemplate answers. Mabel, Hannah, you guys still with us? Debbie says, all that math gave me a headache. Oh, I have a solution for that headache. And Lady B says, that's right. Nugget, in your honor, I'm enjoying hot tea. I enjoy it in the winter. Hot, hot, hot tea. Kevin says, did you hear about the woman that chased the man through the church and she caught him by the organ? I bet he was happy about that. Amy says, John, y'all don't celebrate 4th of July either? They don't have an Independence Day.
I'll say Independence Day is America.
Linda says, Nugget, how are things going? I hope it's better. I do too. Amber says, when Jake asked the math question, I thought he was testing AI friend and her mom.
Hey, talking about,
Testing, yeah. I didn't think about that.
I didn't either until after she said it.
Not a bad idea, though. Lady B says, agreed, Bill. I didn't even bother, Lamau. Well, it was a not a mandatory question. It was,
a joke.
Apply at your own risk. There's a word I can't think of. It's the opposite of mandatory, but whatever. You know what I mean. It was obligatory. You could talk about it if you want to.
LOL. Oh, Amber.
Lady B says, I'm having raspberry nugget. Not my favorite. Lemon and honey is my favorite. Hot tea. Nice. Raspberry tea nugget. I'm having raspberry nugget. Got it. That's a different thing the other way. I don't know if Nugget has ever been raspberried before, but I'm sure he would be up for it. Anyway. Amber says, no more post that way regardless. Bonus. No more post that way regardless? What are we talking about? No more post that way regardless.
Probably the math post.
Maybe. Don't get me started. I can mess you up.
What's to him and to him?
For him.
Not you.
Oh, sorry.
Jeez.
There's a man in a room.
Oh,
the
Lord.
room is built around the man. It's 6 foot solid steel. There are no windows and there are no doors. The only thing in the room is the man and a mirror on a pedestal in the middle of the room and a 2x4 laying on the floor. How does the man get out of the room? No windows, no doors, 6 foot solid steel built around the man. And there's a logical way for him to get out. Amber says, I'm the Christian that needs Jesus. Well, this is Saturday, but we're all Christians that need Jesus. Lady B says, yes, men should take care of the ladies, but a man loves an independent woman also. It's a good life to be independent. Independent and unnecessary are two different things. Yes, I want a woman who is strong. Yes, I want a woman that knows how to handle her business and that I don't have to worry about her wilting like a flower if I'm not there to take care of her every little need. But I also want a woman that needs me and that knows when to let me be the guy. And I'm sure there's an equal thing like that for women on the other side. I don't know what it is because I'm a dude, but I'm sure that there are things like that. I like strength. I don't want a weak woman, but I also want a submissive woman. Submissive because she wants to be, not because she has to be, right? There's a difference there. It's subtle, but there is a difference. Debbie says, I have never changed a tire, but I have drove home on a rim, and then it became my husband's problem.
And a new rim.
And a new rim.
LOL, Debbie.
Lady B says, I agree, Debbie. John says, Linda, I found out Monday. I'll find out Monday, so I'm packing my stuff just in case. And I'm having a beer now. Well, I'm so sorry to hear that, John. Please let me know if there's anything we can do to help. Kevin says, Debbie Lamau. Amy says, Jake, it is wrong, or is it wrong to ask God for someone to come into my life so I'm not lonely and struggling? No, that's not wrong. I will say this. God does not handle that. That being said, God does put people in the path of other people for specific reasons. But he does not handle love. That is a universally self-indulgent thing. Love is a thing you do. It's not a thing you can cause, right? The whole point in mankind being created, the whole reason God created us with free will is so that we would love him willingly. He could have programmed us to love him, but that's not love. That's programming. That's not what he wanted. He wanted the genuine article, the real thing. So for that reason, he doesn't create love at all. He created the concept of love, and then he gave us free will to do with it as we please, hoping that we would love him. That being said, it's kind of built into our DNA that we need one another, Adam and Eve being the first example of that. So, yes, it is wholly appropriate to ask God to lead you to someone that can help you in your life and be with you and be a partner. And that's what he wants for you. So he doesn't want you to be alone or struggling. And I don't want you to be alone and struggling either. And I think that you should go slow, but you should definitely put yourself out there and be willing and available and allow people into your circle, because you never know who that person might be that will just be the right thing for you, you know. But no, there's no harm in you asking. In fact, I would encourage it. That's a big, gigantic step from what you would have said the first day I met you. So I'm proud of you. You keep going in the direction you're going, and I promise you, you're a good woman. Any man would be crazy not to go after you.
You never know. Your dinner date might be it.
Or someone closer might be it.
Yeah.
You just have to be open and willing. I have no doubt a smart, engaging woman such as yourself will have no issues filling that hole. You just have to be available. You have to open up yourself and allow people into your circle. Take a chance. You know, it's okay to fail. It's okay to go out with somebody and go, you know, I really don't like this guy, or that guy's a little bit annoying, or whatever it is. That's okay, but you'll never know unless you take that step. So open yourself up. Be available. I'm proud of you. And Amy says, I read my owner's manual on my Ford. I have never read an owner's manual of any kind ever.
I have.
For anything. Not even IKEA furniture.
I have because I was bored, but you have to read an owner's manual for Ford, that's for sure.
Now, what I have read is blow-up books. You know what I'm talking about? There's a word for it, but I can't remember. You go to the hardware store or the auto parts store, and you buy this big, thick book. And in it has the engine, and they blow it up where it shows all of the parts that go together and how they go together and where they go at and all the little bolts and all the little screws. And it's like a diagram, but it's all exploded. What do you call that?
I don't know.
Do you know what I'm talking about?
No.
A diagram of an engine that's exploded where you can see all the parts. You've never seen that?
A Chilton manual?
I'm sure that's one of them.
Or a Haynes?
I'm sure, yeah.
Those are the ones you buy at the hardware, the auto parts store to work on the cars.
Yeah, well, what I'm talking about are the exploded manuals that have the picture.
That's a Chilton.
That has the picture of the engine, and it's all pulled apart where
Yes.
you can see like the rings and the pistons and the screws and the
then-
nuts and everything all in line to where
Yep.
it goes.
And you go through it, and it'll tell you how to do everything that needs to be done to it. That's a Chilton.
I have read those, but owner's manuals and directions, never.
Those are repair manuals.
A man, it's against a man's DNA to read a book to tell me how to fix a thing. I know how to fix it. I'm looking at it. Especially furniture. Lady B says, let him out, Kevin, the organ. Caught him by the organ. Amy says, is it, not it is. You do you, boo. I say what it is. He hasn't complained yet, so we're good. He protested once, but it went away fast. Judy says, I don't think so, Amy. Lady B says, the jack is not to be put under the vehicle. It goes on the edge. See the picture on the jack, ladies. There's a place under the car. One in the front and one in the back on both sides. It's a flat spot, or it might be a little ledge. Depends on the kind of jack you have. Might be a little groove, but there's a spot under the lip of the car where you place the jack. You don't just put it on the edge because it'll wrinkle the edge and mess up your car. And you don't just put it onto the floor because it'll go right through the floor. There is a spot for the jack under each tire, front and back.
Behind each tire.
Yeah, behind each tire. Linda says, Nugget, I'm thinking about you and praying things work out. Me too. And everybody please say a prayer for Nugget. That everything goes in his favor. And I hope it does, sir. Lady B says, drink one for me, Nugget. And Soph says, I pray for you always, guys. Thank you, Soph. We pray for you too. Lady B says, pray, Nugget. And John says, thank you, Linda. Heart, heart. Yes, thank you. Last one. I'm taking it. I'll go to the store after the show. Lady B says, Amy, yeah, smiley face. Judy says, I just hit live. Excellent. You know you can scroll to the live. Just hit the little bar, grab it with your mouse or your finger, and pull it all the way to the right. That'll bring you right up to current. You can also press the word live if you're looking at your video, and down there where it says live, if it's not red, you can press the word and it'll put you up to live. Amy says, I use a 2-ton floor jack. Chalk the other tires, and make sure you lift it with where the place of support is, not the bumper. Yeah, don't put it on your bumper. That's the old kind of jacks, the old where they get the term jack.
Bumper jack.
That's the old time. Nowadays, the bumper's made out of plastic and it's not directly connected to the frame. Don't do that. But yeah, there's a place under the inside of the tire. It's not behind it. It's on the inside on the back tire, and it's on the inside on the front tire. There's a spot.
There's a spots on the kick plate underneath the car behind the tire where you can jack it up to.
Yeah.
There's usually little flat spots where the jack will line right up to it.
Yep. But again, I will stress that the jack that comes with the car is a emergency only situation jack. You cannot trust that jack to hold your car up. If you get it jacked up, put something under it that will block it from falling on you if you have to get under that car. Like a
tire?
A jack. Well, what do you call that thing?
A jack stand?
Yeah, jack stand.
Or a tire?
Or a concrete block or a tire or something that'll keep it from crushing you. Because those things will fall over. And easily, too. Like if you grab the car to pull yourself out from under the car, you could pull the car over on your head.
Or somebody shuts the door?
Yeah. John says, Lady B, one's on its way. Drink. Yeah. And Soph says, what are you doing for Christmas, guys? Probably exchanging gifts and sitting under a Christmas tree and a dinner and, gathering with family. Probably. If you're talking about the show, I will be live on Christmas Eve. In case anybody doesn't have anybody to go be with, I will be here. Just like I was on Thanksgiving. And you're more than welcome to come have Christmas with me. And we'll probably read something out of the Bible or whatever. Lady B says, I can't do hot water heaters. I can't do hot water heater work or HVAC work or any plumbing. I'm just saying.
I can do some of it. I can even change the heating element in a dryer.
Yep. I try to not do those things, but I'm capable. Where we at?
940. Lady B's comment.
940.
Got 4 of them at 940 though.
Lady B says, gulp beer nugget.
Yep.
And be a yes person, right, Jake? Absolutely, be a yes person. I don't believe in the word no when it comes to my relationships. If it pleases my lady, I'm a yes. I'm in. That's what I want to do, whatever makes you happy. I don't care if it's freaky. I don't care if it's unusual. I don't care if it's out of left field. If it makes you happy, I want to do it.
Yeah, buddy.
But I expect the same in return.
Oh, yeah.
And Lady B says, smiley, smiley. And Linda says, well, if he's doing it right, that headache will be the last thing you're thinking about. You're right.
Yes.
That headache can go away real quick. I like what I said, though. You're just laying there moaning now. What's the difference? I'm just being an asshole. I'm sorry. Lady B says, perfect, Amy.
That part, Linda.
That part. And Lady B says, Linda, right on. And Linda says, puddle. Yes. When you regularly go through towels, you know you have a partner that cares. What it is says, have you ever heard of the Muffin Man? The Muffin Man? Oh, no, not the Muffin Man. Lady B says, sex helps a headache. Just hydrated water. Just hydrate with water. Just hydrate later. I agree. And Lady B says, the Muffin Man. Lamau.
Curl up, then bam, bam, squirt, squirt.
Bam, 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 bam. Lady B says, I want to succeed. Where is seed anyway? Yep, that's the right attitude. Lady B says, Amanda, smiley, smiley. Kevin says, Debbie, I just changed my name. Lady B says, Debbie, smiley, smiley.
Oh, Debbie.
Yeah, buddy. Hayseed Cowboy. That's where it is. Amy says, I need to brush the snow off the satellite dish. Be back soon, hopefully. Yeah, don't get lost. Maybe take a rope with you. Find your way back. Lady B says, we talking Squirter and Jake talking puzzles. Well, they're both the same thing. You know, a woman can be like a boppet.
Plenty of places to play with.
One wrong move and you got to start over. John says, in England now, everyone celebrates Ramadan. Oh, Lord. Ramadan is a Muslim tradition. I'm sorry, man. They're doing it here, too. We just elected a Muslim mayor of New York, a communist. So I'm sure it's going to get that way real quick around here, too. Lady B says, smiley, smiley, smiley.
LOL, lady.
Kevin says, John, if that's true, England is done. Yeah. Lady B says, I can't breathe, Amanda. Well, go slower, Lady B. Take it easy. And Lady B says, raspberry, Jake Lamau.
You're talking about what? Yes.
John says, what's a raspberry? Say it clean. Hannah's in the chat. And Lady B says, what nugget? Richard Duggins, welcome back. Neanderthal. Who's a Neanderthal? Me? How you doing, Richard? What about Neanderthal? By that, he means the skull fragments that were found in the Neander Valley a week away from losing funding. And hence we have the Neander Valley Man or the Neanderthal. Most people that talk about Neanderthals don't know that part, but it's all there. Debbie says, John, a raspberry is when you stick your tongue out and blow spit bubbles. There you go. Lady B says, Nugget, I am drinking hot tea, raspberry flavored. Lamau, Debbie. And John says, Lady B says, again, this is an adult chat, and Mabel monitors. I'm not sure they're still here either. But if they are, it's always a good idea to err on the side of not being dirty. You can be naughty. Just don't get too dirty. Because you never know who's listening. And John says, Lady B, I thought it was a rude saying. My mind is in the gutter. That's all right. I meant it that way.
We still want to be good examples for Hannah.
Absolutely. Amber says, make the sound, Jake. Raspberry. Lady B says, me drinking raspberry hot tea. I have a kettle and boiled my water. I have a tea bag that's raspberry flavored. Right on. I'm being rude to drink raspberry hot tea? No, Lady B. No, you're conflating what you said with what I said, and he's responding to what I said about what you said. See how that goes? Amy says, it's very wet. Heavy snow outside. Burr.
Dry it up some.
Bill Bennett says, Clifton and Haynes. I think
Chilton and Haynes.
Chilton's and Haynes. Yes, those things.
No, lady.
And Amy says, Haynes manual or Chilton, a blueprint. Yeah, the exploded kind. I like to read those because I can visualize where everything goes. And John says, I just put a brandy in my coffee, but I do like Yorkshire tea. Nice. Lady B says, y'all have a good night. Going to watch a movie. What you watching? And have a good night. Enjoy your movie. And Judy says, what is your temp, Amy? Or what temperature is it where you're at? Cold. Brr. Amanda?
Okay, lady night, enjoy.
Amy says, it's cold. That's the temperature. Brr. And Judy says, good night, Lady B. John says, same as you, Jake. Don't read manuals. Yeah, it's largely a waste of time for me because I'm going to figure it out anyway. But half of the way that I do things is I figure it out in my mind. I have to see it before I can do it. So might as well just put my hands on it and get to work. Reading the manual takes that step out, and then I don't understand what I'm doing. I'm following the manual, but it doesn't register. So I have to see it and visualize it and understand it before it works in my mind. So I don't bother with the manuals. Amy says, oh, the is it, not it is, was fixing my typo. Ah. Amy says, I have a Harley manual that breaks everything down like that. I did not. I had to figure it out. When I bought my Harley, I said it. The reason I was buying it is because it was economical. There's a Harley place at every town. So if it breaks down, I can fix it. That was the whole point for buying it. And then I said I need to go one step further and actually do the work on it myself. So I never let anybody work on my bike. I do all the work on it myself. Which means I had to learn how to be a Harley mechanic because I've never worked on a motorcycle before. So I had to figure it out. And since I've owned it, I've basically been all through it. And I've learned every little part that I've had to fix over the years. And it's actually a good education. John says, good night, Lady B. Amy says, night, Lady B. Lady B says, praying for you, Nugget. Thank you, lady. Amy says, John, prayers. Kevin says, good night, Lady B. Judy says, praying, Nugget. Amy says, plastic bumper with cheap clips holding it on. Yes. Yes, it will not lift the car. It might come off, too. Amber says, be right back, hearts. And Amy says, the donut tire is for emergency use only, too. Don't go over 40 miles per hour for longer than 50 miles, correct? And don't use it more than once. Because it is not rated for more than one use. But it is nice to have one of those if you're in a pinch. And John says, I'm praying for all of you. I'll be okay. God will look after me and all of you. Yes, sir. Absolutely. But just know that you're not alone. And if you need help, help is near. And then my chat jumped.
Um, 9:56, I think. No, 9:58.
Yeah. Amy says, I'd like to have some of those run flat tires. Yeah. The ones that don't require air, and even if they're flat, they'll still keep you going. Yeah, that would be nice to have. John says, sorry if my spelling is bad. No spell check on my laptop. That's all right, buddy. I'll figure it out. Amy says, my brother-in-law was driving back home to Georgia, and the cops accidentally ruined his tires with a spike strip. Wrong place, wrong time, wrong car. And they were after somebody else. Well, hopefully they paid for his tires. And Linda says, I have a son that takes care of the things that my daughter and I can't do. That's a good thing to have. That's what children are for, to take care of the parents when the time flips. When the parents no longer taking care of the kid, they're supposed to take care of you. Some of us did the first half and don't get the second half. But that's life, I guess. Amy says he got a new set of tires out of that mistake. Good. They deserve it. He should have got a new set of tires and a nice fat check. Debbie says Amanda and Jake are freaks. They are corrupting me. I kind of feel violated. Well, you're not wrong.
And you're damn sure not innocent.
Amanda says, please.
Please.
Debbie, please. Aaron, where you at, buddy?
He fell asleep.
Probably. Mabel and Hannah just bailed, I guess.
They're probably watching a movie or something.
Probably.
It's cold up there. I bet you they're nice and cuddled up and trying to stay warm.
Probably. Amber says, I'm back. The dryer stopped. That's not good. Stopped as in broke, or stopped as in you need to turn it back on again? Amber says, my hot Saturday night laundry. Nice, nice. And John says, the Muffin Man is about a serial killer. So is Cars. What? Yeah. Lightning McQueen, Cars, Mater. Want me to prove it? Where does Mater live?
In a junkyard.
Yeah, what is Mater?
A tow truck.
A living, breathing tow truck who lives in a junkyard full of dead tow trucks and cars. And then they talk about people that come into that town, and Lightning McQueen is the only one that they talk to, because the rest of the people that come into that town end up in Mater's yard. Mater is a serial killer, and everybody in town knows about it.
That's a reach, but
Is it?
okay.
Are they living cars?
Yes.
So what happens when a living car is no longer alive?
It goes to the graveyard.
Yes, which is?
That doesn't make him a serial killer.
Yes, it does. He's the guy that they end up in his yard.
That doesn't mean he killed him.
Well, who else killed him?
They could have killed themselves.
Everybody that comes to town is suicidal?
Well, I mean...
No, Mater's a bad guy.
I don't know.
He's wicked, I'm telling you. Think about it. Think about it. Mater lives in a yard full of dead corpses that are just strewn out all over the place.
It's just an abandoned town that nobody goes through there since they put the big road on.
Since the serial killer is there killing all the people.
Oh, my word. No.
Yes. If you're a
Please.
living, breathing car, then he's in a house full of corpses.
No.
Yes.
That's a good way to twist it, but no.
I'm telling you.
No.
I'm telling you.
It's because they put Route 66 out there and everybody abandoned the little town.
Which is the perfect place for a serial killer to operate.
No,
How many
it's
movies
not.
are about the road? And
Then why hasn't he killed everybody in the town
He's working on
instead
it.
of tried to save everybody in the town?
he's working on it, but they're all in on it. They all know about him. They all told Lightning McQueen to stay away from Mater. He's crazy.
Nice way to try to corrupt the movie, but no.
I'm telling you, it's all
It
there.
is not.
Go back and watch the movie. It's
I've
all
watched
there.
it a million times.
It's all there.
Eli, that's all he would do from the time he knew how to work a DVD player was Mater over and over and over and over and over. And then Cars 2 came out. And then Trains came out. And over and over and over and over. And
And
Planes.
you're feeding him a steady diet of murderer.
Anyway.
Amy says, yes, it is, John. The Muffin Man is about a serial killer. Amy says, Richard Duggins? That's monkey juice. Is it now?
Yeah.
How about that, Richard Duggins? So what was your statement about? Which I've forgotten now.
Neanderthal.
Neanderthal. Yeah, what was that about? Monkey juice.
He ain't here no more anyway.
Patty says, oh no, John, another kid's song gone wrong. First nursery rhyme I ever learned. All those nursery rhymes are morbid and dark. Sing them back to yourself as an adult and really pay attention to the words and you'll see. All Disney movies are about molesting underage girls or something similar. All of them. All of them. Yes, we live in a dark world.
No, Amy.
Patty says, you done been dirty.
We all done been dirty.
A little bit. I'm risque. I'm not dirty. I can be. Amy says, oh, that's right. Richard Duggins is monkey juice. I did not even know that. I didn't notice.
I didn't think so, but it is. Yeah, it is.
Amy says, different spelling. How do you get monkey juice out of Richard Duggins?
Because YouTube changed the names.
Oh, okay. Oh, I see. Yeah. Amy says, that's what I was saying. The one in chat isn't him. It's spelled different. Oh. I'm confused.
It's him. She sent me a screenshot. I'll show you later.
Okay. John says, Patty the Muffin Man, the original song was about a serial killer. Yes. So was Cars. I feel like we've been here. Bill Bennett says, hope to see you all for Bible study tomorrow. Good evening, all, and God bless you all. You guys are all awesome people. Thank you, Bill, and you're awesome too, sir. I love you, and I'll see you tomorrow for Bible study. Amanda?
Oh, sorry. Night, Bill.
Patty says, John, that lives on Drury Lane. Yes, that Muffin Man. Amber says, when do we meet again? Tomorrow or Monday? Tomorrow, Sunday night, 8 o'clock. And Kevin says, Jake, parts manual show exploded views. You can see all the parts before taking it apart. Yes, that's what we're talking about. I said I do read those, but I don't read owner's manuals or directions. Judy says, bye, Bill. And John says, Patty, that's right. Linda says, good night, Bill. Kevin says, views. Yep. They show exploded views. And Kevin says, good night, Bill. Patty says, Jake, you can buy a new t-shirt as well. What's wrong with my t-shirt? You can buy a new t-shirt as well. What are we talking about, Patty?
Not sure.
What's wrong with my t-shirt? It's black. You have to, at all HD shops. Oh, I see what you're saying now. Harley Davidson shops. You can get a new t-shirt also.
Oh.
Yeah. Right. And I do have a couple of those. At the Harley Davidson shops. They are, but they're expensive, man. I went to buy a set of gloves. I wanted to get some gloves. And they had a pair of gloves in there for $100. I said, $100 for a pair of gloves? Are you kidding me? I said, is there gold on the inside of them? Just gloves. They weren't even good gloves. They were just gloves. The kind that you could go to Walmart and get for $15. And that's expensive. I thought to myself, well, I know what I won't be buying at Harley Davidson shop ever. And Bill Bennett says, when I was a youngster, we drove a 80s Plymouth Horizon like a Chevette from Richmond, Indiana to Myrtle Beach and back home, LOL, on a donut. Wow. Well, they made everything better in the 70s and 80s than they do now. That's a fact. And I have a donut that I use, and I've had it for 10 years, and I've used it on every car I've owned when I have a flat, and it always gets me home, and it still looks good, and it still works, and it fits everything. It's one of those universal ones. And I'm going to keep using it, but I would not rely on it. Like, I would never put it on my car and just have that with no other option. As soon as I get that on my car, I'm looking to get a new tire. Because I have no idea when it's going to pop, but I know it will eventually. Amy says, I've never seen the movie Cars. Probably a good thing. It's pretty morbid.
It is not.
I tell you what, you watch the movie Cars, and then you watch the movie Texas Chainsaw Massacre back to back, and tell me then if you don't see the similarities.
Oh, my word.
I'm telling you, it's a horror movie.
It is not.
It's horrible.
It is a cute kids movie.
It's a horror movie. It's terrifying. It'll keep you awake at night.
You are so full of it as a Christmas hen.
Amanda says, a mom is always there to take care of her children until her last breath. We may not be able to do all the things we used to do, but we will always do for our kids. I agree.
And I did not say that. Miss Linda said that.
Said what?
What you just read.
I said Linda.
No, you said Amanda.
I meant Linda. Amanda says,
oh my God, Amy, it's a cute movie.
it's a horror movie. It's
It is
terrifying.
not.
It's full of blood and guts and murder and mayhem, wickedness. It's a Disney movie, for God's sakes. John says, I like the film Christine. Yeah, that was a good one. Amy says, I like the original Christine. The remake is garbage. I agree. Almost universally, the remake of everything is garbage. Almost universally. There might be a couple that are decent, but for the most part, every remake is horrible. Amy says, the Carrie remake is okay. I think the problem with remakes is they assume you've seen the original, so they skip all of the world building and they jump over large portions of the movie for the sake of time, and it ends up being a bland version of what the original was. I think that's the problem with remakes. They should not assume that you've already seen this movie. Remake the movie like it's the first time anybody's ever seen it. John says, you're right there, Amy. Crap, the new one. Amy says, darn double posts. Aesop's fables are morbid too. Oh yeah, Amy. All the fables are morbid if you really think about them. All of the nursery rhymes, all of the old fairy tales, they're all rooted in evil darkness. And it's almost like they're trying to tell us something about the world that we don't readily see or that we overlook for the sake of pacificity. And it's an amazing thought. Debbie says, I'm good, girl. I don't even know the meaning of the word Jake's chat's gonna jump.
Of risque, and she absolutely does.
Oh, here we are. I don't even know the meaning of the word risque. Amy says, the Brothers Grimm. That's another dirt. That it's in the name. Grimm is in the name. Morbid. Kevin says, Debbie, I'll teach you.
Lies, Debbie, lies.
Debbie says, Amanda, that hurt me, huh?
LOL, Debbie. Shaking my head.
Debbie says, Kevin, I have already learned everything I need to know. Terrifying. Kevin says, Debbie, don't be so sure. Ooh.
Yeah, Kevin. And then she taught me, LOL.
Oh, my God. I'm in trouble.
Yeah.
Amy says, night, y'all. I'll see you for Bible study tomorrow night. Have a blessed night. Amy, we love you, sweetheart, and have a great night. Thank you for being here. I'm not far behind you myself. Kevin says, good night, Amy. Debbie says, Amy, don't forget to kiss Kevin good night. And Linda says, good night, Amy. Kissy face.
Night, Amy.
Patty says, good night, Miss Amy. And Judy says, bye, Amy. And John says, Amy, good night. Bless you. Sleep well. And Linda says, don't worry, Debbie. I kissed Amy for you and Kevin. Kevin says, The Count of Monte Cristo 2012 was awesome. I seem to remember that movie. The Marquis de Sade. You know who that is? That guy was freaky. A man after my own heart. Or Caligula. Caligula. Debbie says, thanks, Linda. I'm not good at the feel-good baloney. Sure you are. You're absolutely good at it. I know you will. You have a sweet tooth and you know it. Tell him something, Amanda.
Tell him this vape ain't hitting right.
I told you.
I think coils burn out.
Well, change it. I bought you a whole box of them.
Yeah, it's your coil. Let's see. Everybody gonna stay warm tonight? I know I am.
Well, of course you are. You get to snuggle up next to me. And I put off heat, baby. I'm a heat machine.
Me too. I'll come in and put my cold hands and feet on you.
That's all right. Debbie says, thanks, Linda. I'm not good at I read that one. Patty says, and parents continue to pass on those stories right before bed. Yes. Right when you have to think about it all night and get creeped out. There was method to the madness. That was their revenge for what you did to them during the day. John says, TV like it. Jake Kids TV. We have a program called Magic Roundabout. Is all about drugs and LSD and mushrooms.
Well, so was Scooby-Doo.
Scooby-Doo, yeah.
And Winnie the Pooh.
Winnie the Pooh. All of them. They're all steeped in allegory. It's all about that. Some of it's right on the nose, too, like Winnie the Pooh. I mean, he's literally a pothead. Think about it. Tigger and Eeyore.
Tigger's a meth head. Eeyore's a Xanax head or LSD or something.
Now that's Piglet. Piglet's the LSD guy. And Christopher Robin's their dealer.
Right.
Just like Fred is the dealer in the Scooby-Doo gang. He's got a couple of crackheads. A guy who talks to his dog. Come on now.
Woohoo! The bottom of the chat. And then there's comments behind it now.
Oh, yeah? Debbie says, Patty, you would believe the stories and songs that I would tell my son. It's a wonder he turned out so good. Oh, what kind of songs and stories did you tell? Kevin says, the guy that did Sound of Freedom did Monte Cristo. Is that the same guy? Are you talking about the actor or the guy that made the movie? And Debbie says, Patty, you would not believe is what I meant. I think I read it right. Yeah, I haven't seen The Sound of Freedom yet, but I've heard that was a very intense and good movie. Linda says, Kevin is saving all his kisses for Debbie, heart exclamation point.
Ooh.
Kevin says, no comment, Linda.
All your kisses and your raspberries and everything?
And Debbie says, Linda, I share. Kevin's all yours. Rachel's here. Hi, Rachel. Happy Thanksgiving, belated. Long time no see. How you doing, sweetheart? Amanda.
No, sorry. Hi, Rachel.
Kevin says, hello, Rachel. And Debbie says, hey, son, know what happens when you die? And then I taught him the song. And Rachel says, how are y'all?
How you been, Rachel? We're good.
I'm doing good, Rachel. Living life, loving every minute of it.
Trying to stay warm.
Trying to stay warm. And John says, hi, Rachel, good to see you. And Linda says, sharing is caring, Debbie. Just kidding. Sharing is caring. Save water, shower with a friend.
Yeah, my mama always taught me to give my toys to the less fortunate. My used toys to the less fortunate.
Good gracious. I'm the gift that keeps on giving.
Huh.
The Energizer Bunny.
That's what, no, you know what happens when you put the batteries in the Energizer Bunny in backwards?
Yeah. It keeps coming and coming and coming.
That's right.
Patty says, John, did you ever watch a funny skit show about the monarch that was called Funny? Or that was so funny, but they made them stop it. John, did you ever watch a skit show about the monarchy that was pulled off the air because of its accuracy? And Judy says, hey, Rachel. And Debbie says, the bugs crawl in, the bugs crawl out, the bugs play pinochle on your snout. Your body turns a slimy green and pus rolls out like a whipped cream.
Ew.
Gross. I like it. Keep going. And Judy says, ooh, Debbie. Debbie says, that's one. And I really was a good mom. Patty says, no, Debbie. Hilarious. I just told my kids there was no such thing as Santa Claus. John says the only program I watched about the monarchy was of the Glenn Scottish. The only program I watched, Monarchy of Glenn Scottish. I don't know what that is. What is that program about the priest, the father?
I don't know.
Something Brown, Father Brown, is that it?
I don't know.
Linda says, damn, Amanda.
That's right, Linda.
Kevin says, did anyone remember the thumbs up button? Yes, hit that thumbs up button. We had 170 views tonight. Not bad for a Saturday night. Not one word about politics either. Father Ted, that's it. Thanks, John. Yeah, that was supposed to be pretty good.
Well, clearly we all didn't feel like talking about politics tonight. We've had enough politics this week.
Hey, you do what you got to do. I'm just here to entertain. I don't care what form. Patty says, did they take it off the air, John? What's the name of the show, Patty? Do you know? Father Ted is not the one you're talking about. I don't think. I watch a little bit of British TV, but they really went off the rails when the Doctor Who thing started spinning out of control. I don't know what you guys are doing over there with the Doctor Who, but y'all have lost the plot. It's not good. Going back about 4 or 5 years now, ever since that one guy took over. Can't think of his name. I can't think of his name, but the last guy that took over, he ruined it. I used to like Doctor Who, but ventilation, the game we like to play. John says, Father Ted is so funny. Watch the one Father's a Racist on YouTube. I'll check it out. Patty says, I can't remember, but late 80s, it was silenced. They were all about skit shows, so there was a bunch of them. So you'd have to be specific. Patty says, kind of like. Kevin says, in my opinion, England is screwed unless they do mass deportations. I think they're figuring that out. Same thing with us, though. And Patty says, it's kind of like the Muppets. Okay. Debbie says, there are several verses. We would make them up. Nice. Linda says, I'm not good at sharing, but I pass it along when I have to. LOL.
She gives her used toys to the less fortunate, too.
Right on. I'm all about sharing. I'm an open book, and I'm here for everybody. I give of myself until there's nothing left. This is all I got, is me to give. And John says, Kevin, you're right. 70,000 this year, 700 gone missing. Oh, Jesus. That's horrible. I know the young girls in that area are not doing well. They've had quite a surprise to their culture. Kevin says it's John is so sad. It is sad. And Patty says Prince Charles looked so goofy in that show. I'm guessing it's kind of like the Muppets. It got pulled off the air. And it had a Muppet about Prince Charles. Do you know what she's talking about, John? They had a show that was helmed by a guy named Savile, Jimmy Savile. That got pulled off the air because he was a necrophiliac, among other things. Linda says, I've been reading everything Nugget has been posting, and things don't look good over there. Yeah, it's rough. They're having a lot of trouble over there. We are too, though. We got issues here, too, with our border and with our big cities. It's not good. This whole world has fallen for a very sick delusion. That delusion of diversity is our strength. And because of it, a lot of us are going to suffer if we don't get a handle on it. Some of our politicians can see that and are trying to make a difference, but it has gone so far that I honestly do not know if we can recover from it or not. I think it might bring us all down. And John says, we've got protests at every hotel in Britain. Good. Hopefully you guys can make enough noise that'll make the leaders change direction, because what they're doing is not going to be beneficial to England. They won't be in England. They won't be in America if we keep going this way. And Patty says the Queen ordered the BBC to stop it, the show that she's talking about.
Yes, Patty, the name of the show is called Spitting Image.
There you go. Spitting Image. I've never seen it.
Spitting Image featured a puppet of Prince Charles and was a major satirical hit in Britain in the 1980s, was Spitting Image. While the show itself was not permanently pulled from the air in the 80s, the production did cut the prodigies of the royal family from the very first episode as a courtesy because of the Duke of Enrich. But opening a new television center a few days later, those scenes were however reinstated in later episodes.
There you go.
The royal family, including Prince Charles, who often portrayed as a pseudo-hippie or a taxi driver, became regular targets of the show's satire.
Nice. John says Labour Party's on its way out. Thank God for that.
A revival of the show ran from 2020 to 2022, and when then revived again as an online format on YouTube in July 2025. You can find clips from the original show at the Spitting Image on YouTube channel. There you go, Patty.
We'll have to look it up. I've never seen that one before.
Spitting Image YouTube channel.
Kevin says we need to start playing cowboys and Muslims, if you know what I'm saying. Amen, brother. Round them up, circle all the wagons. That's what we need to do. John said Spitting Image was so fun. I've never seen it. I will look it up, though. All right. That's the bottom of the chat. Thank you all for joining me tonight. I've had a great time. I hope you have, too. We've had a wonderful conversation. We've learned some stuff. John says, I got a bit of info about King Charles and dying William is taking over. King Charles is dying and William is taking over? Oh, no. I don't know if that's a good thing or not. It might be. Kevin says, good night, everybody. And Linda says, I'm praying it doesn't make its way over the flyover country. I like that we still have the pledge and have prayers in school, and kids can go out and play and just be kids in some places. Yes. And I hope that we can keep that safe. And Debbie says, I enjoyed watching you suck the pipe. You got me all tingly. Well, thank you. Thank you, ma'am. Amanda says,
Nighters, I'll see y'all tomorrow night at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time right here on Untethered Live for Bible study. Much love, y'all.
much love. Patty says, keeping up appearances is a good one. Downton Abbey all the way. Linda says, good night all. See you tomorrow night, and God willing. He is. Patty says, and Fab. And Fab? Is Fab Daddy here? John says, a warning, the new mayor of New York. Bad. I know. It's not looking good. I'm pensively waiting to see how that's going to turn out, but I'm expecting it to be bad. And I'm expecting it to be bad in a way that they can't alter course, so they're going to have to live through it. And I hope it teaches them a lesson. I really do. Because if it don't, it's going to get worse everywhere else. If that guy calls for Sharia law, and he can, it's going to start happening in other cities. And if it does, that's it. That's the end of what the liberals call our democracy. Escape from New York in real life? Yeah, Debbie. Absolutely. All right. I love you guys. I'll see you tomorrow night for Bible study. Thank you for joining me and getting all politi-ticky with me. We'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.
Good night, y'all.